Okay, everyone, welcome to Hard Body Training. Today I got
Adrian and Nico. Well, Nico and Adrian, whatever. Hardbody, nice to see you, man. Thank you very much for having us on. We're super excited. Um, for your viewers that may don't know Adrian and myself, we got a YouTube channel where we do bodyweight workouts. We do live ones, we do sessions that were pre-recorded, and we do intense bodyweight workouts. We get people to join along. We motivate people. We have a lot of fun with it, and just share our passion with everybody, our passion of training and our passion of fitness.
okay. I love to work out personally because I love basketball, and I'm 40 years old now, so I know that I have to be in great shape because basketball is a young man's game. I got to be able to run and jump with 20-year-olds, guys half my age, So that's why I work out. All right. So now my first question to you guys is, what sports did you guys play growing up?
You want me to take that one?
Go for it.
What's going on, guys? So I'm Adrian, man. This is Nico, and so the sports that I started growing up with was I gotta say, primary was soccer, football, man. I owe everything to soccer. So pretty much growing up, my mom she put me in soccer at a young age, and right away. I like to say I excelled at it, had a lot of fun, and I had great coaching growing up. So that really helped me throughout my life. And it took me on this journey that's just kind of taken me across the world in a sense. I've gone all over the world playing soccer, and through provincial team, national team, I went and tried out in Europe. And man, like it was such a journey. I've met so many good people, and it really helped me with my base. Just like you were saying, for basketball, you need to be quick, you need to be sharp, you need to be athletic. And that's where it pretty much developed all my skills. So if I had to choose one sport, it was definitely soccer that kind of got me to where I'm at now. And I owe everything to soccer, through my coaches, through the training. It's helped me. And here we are now. How about you, bro?
That's awesome.
For me, I started with just a variety of different martial arts. So everything from karate to kickboxing to capoeira. It eventually evolved later on in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and swimming, and then every other sport under the sun I've played at some point or another.
Exactly.
Whether it's not even super competitive, but just like pickup, street games, whatever, basketball, soccer, floor hockey, everything, track and field.
Yeah, man. It's honestly been like our journey through fitness. Like that's one of the main reasons why we started this channel in a bit Hard Body, is because me and this guy, through our collective, just all of our sports and all of the different types of training, we've talked about it before, but we've hit every single thing, from soccer to gymnastics to kickboxing to swimming to track and field, cross country, like everything.
Distance running, marathoning, ultra marathons, everything, man. So we just thought we'd share that, and that's pretty much why we started this channel, right? Just to take all the experience that we've learned through all that training and share some of that knowledge.
And to me, the number one thing for sports is the core. So that's why I preach in having a strong core. Because I remember back in high school when I went from junior high school to high school, and I was playing basketball. In the mid '90s, guys would hand check you, so they'll put their forearm on your waist.
100%.
And there was this one guy I couldn't get by him, so I went to my cousin who's 8 years older than me. I was like 15, and I said, "Listen, this guy is too strong. How I bust through him?" And he said he introduced doing sit-ups. So then I started doing sit-ups, and then I was doing sit-ups every night before bed. And like a month later, I was busting through that guy. You know what I'm saying? No more hand checking. So core is very important.
You know what? We were training this morning, Hard Body, and we were talking about that. We were talking about how important your core and your lower body is, and I couldn't agree with you more about how core is so important. Your base is your core, man. I can't agree with you more, man.
It's critical for every type of athletic competition you're in, any type of movement. It all comes down to your core. It's the center of your body, right? It makes sense. Everything's
like half of your body is to me the core. To me, the core is from under the chest to the top of the knee. Would you guys say that's pretty much the core, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now my next question is, briefly talk about your childhood, like how your experience growing up.
You want to start this one off?
I'll start this one off.
Go for it, brother.
Well, I grew up in Calgary, Alberta. That's kind of one of the bigger cities on the West Coast here in Canada, which is a big city here. It's like a small town in the United States. But pretty average childhood, you know. Like both my parents are immigrants. I was firstborn, first generation Canadian, and I just grew up a regular kid lifestyle, you know, going into sports, went through my school. Nothing too interesting, man. Like, you know, we had little hardships here and there growing up in an immigrant family, you know how it is. But made me the man I am today, and I love it, you know, and I think I turned out okay.
I'll tell you right now, though, that immigrant mentality from your parents has made you into the man you are now, right?
Yeah, hardworking, right? Like not afraid to take any job that's, you know, would get me a little bit farther. No job is beneath me, and I have that mentality from my parents, right? So, but my childhood's pretty standard, man. Nothing too crazy, right? Just
Like that, man.
Local, born and bred out here on the West Coast, Canada.
All right. What about you, Adrian?
Yeah, I grew up in a small town, super humble beginnings, man. It's a small town in northern BC. It's called Quesnel, BC. It's an old gold mining city, and grew up with my mom and dad and my brother. Shout out to my brother; he's a good man. And like I said, when I was 13 years old, I got asked to go play with the junior Whitecaps. So for the soccer team, prospect team, I got asked to go to a soccer academy, and I looked at my mom and dad, and we made it work. There wasn't much money to go around at the beginning, and they gave me an opportunity. I took it. I moved out, met some great people along the way. I could go on for hours about it, and I know this is more of just a short talk, but so I moved out when I was 13. I played soccer. I grew up on the mainland, and then my journey brought us over to Vancouver Island for university, and that's when I met this fine gentleman over here, and the rest is history, man. Like I said, we could go on for a long time, but humble beginnings, no job is beneath us, and we just work hard, man. And now we're reaping some of the rewards, which is just like going on here, talking to you, and having a great time, man. Sharing our experiences, man. It's pretty cool.
All right. Did you guys attend school together? Like, do you guys know each other from school or just from the neighborhood?
No, we went to different schools, but we just met in the workplace, living in the same area.
Okay, so you guys were co-workers at one time.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I moved out to the island. I went to UVic. It's a university out here, and he finished some schooling up in northern BC as well. Yeah.
And then we got together. We ended up on the island, and as soon as we hooked up, we started working together, and we started training together. And then that's when things really took off, because both of our love of training really like solidified our friendship, you know. And when you train, as you know, when you train with somebody long enough, they become your brother. They become family. You know, you've seen each other at your best, and you've seen each other at your worst. You've helped each other overcome like extreme physical hardships. Like we've done ultra marathons together. We've done some crazy stuff. And when you help push each other through that, it really makes you family, you know, it's a brotherhood in there. It's the same thing like the military. It's the same thing like any like really high competitive sports. Like, you know, your team is your brothers. It's your family. And that's how I feel about him. After years of training together, you know, we're brothers, right?
One of my goals is to run the New York City Marathon.
And knowing you, go, you'll
27
nail that
miles.
goal. You're
gonna get that done, man. That's a good goal. That's a high level, hard goal. And once you hit that and you accomplish it, you're gonna feel amazing, man. It's something that you get under your belt and you carry with you for the rest of your life. You'll talk about it forever. You're like, I ran that marathon one day.
Yeah,
I did that once. So tell us a bit about yourself. Let's get to know you a bit here. Like, what was your childhood like? What's going on?
Well, I'm an immigrant also, and I came into the States to New York City specifically in 1985, early in 85. So I was still 4 years old because my birthday's in November. I'm a Scorpio. So,
me too.
All right, that's what's up. We Scorpion brothers.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So I'm November 7th.
November 5th.
All right. And so, you know, my parents are first generation immigrants. My grandmother brought my father over and his brothers, and then he had my mother come over and me, and he came over first. And so, you know, I didn't come over till I was 4 years old. So he was here first, establishing himself. And during that time, you know, it was the wild west here in because of the crack era. So I remember growing up, going to school and seeing little crack valves litter all over the sidewalk in Harlem.
That's wild.
Yeah, like really bad. Like you never forget that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then the first sport I played, like the first elementary school I went to, it was American football. So I love football. Like in the mid '80s, that was my first love, American football. And then, you know, as I got bigger, the kids were larger and big. So I was just tall and skinny. So I said, this ain't the sport for me. So I transitioned to baseball, and I did some baseball. I played little league baseball and all that. And then I didn't discover basketball till like the age of 11, 12 years old. So that was like basically from 6th, 7th grade. I looked over and I saw some guys playing basketball, and I said, I'm gonna learn how to play this sport. And then I just played that summer. And then by the time I got to the 7th grade, I made the team. Like I basically taught myself how to play. And I always had jumping ability. That's another thing that is I don't mind bragging about. You know, that's what God blessed me with. Like, I was dunking at 12 years old. So as soon as I picked up a basketball, I was already dunking. I was beating guys who already knew how to play. Like, so they knew how to play, and I was the scrub, and I still used to beat them because I was so athletic. So then finally, as my skills got better, I was really, I'm pretty tough to beat on a one-on-one situation. You need your teammates for me.
I like that a lot, man. It's funny, like all of us, we all come from, like, we all immigrant parents, you know what I mean? Like my mom, like I'm half Korean and my mom was adopted. And it seems like we all have that connection, you know what I mean? We all have that connection, and through sport and through fitness and that's what brought us here. And that's what I find so cool about this, right? Like you're over in New York right now, such different experiences, but we all have that collective, like that fire, that passion, for that fitness. And that's what it's all about, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
So one of my next questions to you guys, if you had to recommend a specific workout, which would it be and why?
Like specific as in like just one type of workout, or are you talking like a type of training in a sense?
Either a little bit of both. Workout
if
and
I
training.
had one workout to choose that I could only do, I'd have to do burpees, man. And I would choose burpees because of the amount of variations there is. The fact that I don't need any equipment, the fact that I don't need any space to do it. I could do it in a park. I can do it in a closet. I can do it in anywhere. I can do it in a prison cell if I need to. I can get down with burpees anywhere, anytime. No equipment, and it works on my whole body. I can get cardio and build muscle in the same spot. So if I could only do one exercise, it would be burpees. If I could do one type of training, I don't know, man, because I love running too, right? I'm a big runner. I love running.
You don't look like a runner.
I used to love running too. When my back was healthy in my knee, I used to love running.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
man, being outside, moving your body, like just different stimulation of seeing different people. Like I'm sure New York must be crazy to run. If I ever go to New York, I got to go for a nice long run downtown. I got to see the sights and the sounds, see all the cars, all the people, right? But one type of training, if I had to choose, probably calisthenics, man. Like, I love weights too. Like I used to hit the weights a lot, but calisthenics, I think, would be my favorite choice because you can just longevity, right? You're not going to hurt yourself lifting heavy over a long period of time, more natural movements, better for mobility. So if I had to choose one, I think it would be calisthenics, but one exercise only would be burpees. How about yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll just add on with what he's saying there. Like that's why we kind of align in a sense, because we have the same beliefs in our training, and not that our training is the best training, but we believe it's the best for us. And that's what we're doing. And just kind of adding on what he's saying here, what Nico's saying is, I think it's got to be calisthenics in a way, moving your body, using your own body. And on top of it, this is a longevity game to us, right? We go extremely hard, but at the same time, we really focus on the other aspects as well, right? Like we like to hammer hard. We like to push our limits, but at the same time, we think that longevity and just movement is key. I truly believe that movement is key, whether you're like, that's why we'll go back to the burpee, right? Like we believe in the burpee so much because it's just, you're up, you're down, you're building muscle, you're using your heart, your lungs. And like you said from the beginning, your core, it's all about the core. you hit 50 Navy SEALs. You're working everything, and that's what I believe in, man. How about you, brother?
Well, we like if somebody's like I like jumping jacks because it's like super easy, right? So I will recommend jumping jacks for everyone. And then when it comes to burpees, like I basically discovered burpees like in the last 2 years. So I started doing burpees, and I was suffering from my back for like over 4 years. I pulled my back out in 2012, and like late 2016 was when I finally got mobile again. And then by 2018 I messed up my knee. So what I did to heal my back was that I changed my diet. I stopped eating processed food because I looked up anti-inflammatory.
100%.
So because I don't want to take painkillers. So, and the reason why I kept pulling my back was because I always kept being active. So as soon as my back would heal, I'll go play some basketball. I'll go lift some weights.
So
I can't stay
you're
still.
hurting yourself again.
Yeah, like you guys see how hard I train. I can't take a day off. So I heal myself with the food. That's what healed me. And then I started doing burpees, and my back used to hurt and my knee used to hurt when I used to do the burpees. But I kept at it, and then that's what healed my back completely and my knee. Because I wasn't able to squat either. It was too painful. So I was just doing push-ups and pull-ups, push-ups and sit-ups, and I was all jacked, and then my legs were puny. I said, nah, I can't look like this. This is hard body. This ain't upper body.
Yeah, hard upper body. This is hard whole body.
Yeah, so it's the whole body, So I give a lot of props to the burpees. Like burpees is like really, really awesome. Really awesome. So I will recommend.
Think about the burpee that did your back. Like, was it like when you go down for a burpee and you come up, it's that flexing?
Yeah, that's what used to hurt me. And then the part that used to hurt my knee is when your feet slam back on the floor. So when you go out and it slams back to the squat, that pounding used to hurt my knee. But I kept at it, And so I started out with like 25 burpees. Then I went next session, I did 50. Then I did 75, then 100. I just kept going up and up and up. You start small, and then you end up big.
Yeah,
I agree, man. I agree. That's why that's why you look at the military, you look at all these different, institutions for fitness, and they incorporate the burpee because of the movements, right? Like you said, you went down, your back is flexing, your core. I don't know, man. I think it's superior.
Yeah, I have to think. I'd say the same thing.
It's full body. It's full body. You get your legs, your quads get pumped, your lower back, your chest, your arms. So yeah, I recommend burpees for everyone out there also. So my next question would be, are you guys do you guys have any kids, family? Talk to me about that kind.
Yeah, man. I got 2 kids. He's got 1 on the way. Super excited for him.
All right, congrats.
Join the club.
Yeah, bro. Like hardbody right now, my wife, she's ready to go any moment. So I'm looking forward to introduce. I don't know, a boy or girl, but I can't wait to meet this kid. And in some of our other videos, man, like I say this all the time, I look up to Nico so much as a father. The way that he holds himself, the way he holds himself accountable. And I think you're a wicked father, man.
Nice, man.
I mean that.
You, man. Appreciate that.
I look up to this guy when it comes to being a father because I see how hard it is. I know, I see a lot of our friends and family and just how hard it is to be a dad. And I see the way this guy is, and you can choose. You can be distant, or you can be in their lives, and you can be fully committed. And it's like, I see that, and I know how hard that is. And he never takes the easy way out, and that's what I'm going to incorporate too, right?
I want to just say it's hard, but man, is it fun? And I love it. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me is being a dad. And I'm so lucky to have my kids. And I don't care if it was 10 times as hard, man, because it's so fun, and I enjoy every minute of it.
I started out early, man. I have a 23-year-old.
Oh shit!
And I have a 20-year-old.
You look 23, man. That's crazy that you have a 23-year-old.
Thanks, man. So yeah, man. At 17, my girlfriend at the time was 18. I was 17, and we had our first child. And then 3 years later, I had another child with another woman. And then many years go by now. And then just 7 years ago, I had my third child with the woman that I'm with now.
Wow.
So I got 5 kids total with 3 different women.
Wow.
And
5
so
kids total with 3 different women, and you got all the energy to train, eh? I like this guy.
Where do you get the energy from, man?
So and then my 20-year-old, she's very athletic. Like she's tall, she's 5'11". She plays college basketball. So she's the real deal. Because when she was born, that's when around the time where I officially became hard body. Like it was after high school, and I was training every day. Like I went to the gym in a 2-year period. I missed probably 5 days of the gym. I went every day, and I only missed 5 days total in 2 years.
What was the switch? What made you switch to like becoming the hard body, like you said? What was that all about?
It was because like I just like to be a dominant basketball player. So when I used to go out to the basketball court, because I have like tremendous jumping ability. So I could like almost touch the very top of the backboard at 6 feet tall. So I used to go in the park and say to the guys in there, like, nobody could out jump me. Nobody stronger than me, just to put a target on my back. So I knew that if I'm going to talk trash, I got to back it up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot
of the gym, 2 years, only missing 5 days. Got you.
Yeah. And so basically, one of my I have different groups of friends. So one group of friend, he was like, yo, you hard body. And then another group was like, you hard body. And then those two, they argue to this day, like I was the one that crowned them hard body. So but to me, hard body is more than just an image. It's a mentality, it's a mind state. Like everything is hard body for me, like spending time with the children, going out, like eating, like I could eat, like I'm very competitive. So everything is, I go 100%, So that's why I say
we
hard
all
body.
share that in common.
Yeah. So when you are an athlete, you got to be competitive. I don't like taking L's, So that's why, that's why I was going to the gym every day, and just to get stronger and stronger. Cause I play inside, so I could bang with the big guys.
Yep.
And then I'm very athletic and got quick feet, and I could run around with the small guys.
I like that.
So I say my expression is that I'm a little big man, so I'm a little big man, and then I'm a big little man. You get it?
Yeah,
I'm a medium-sized man. I'm only 6 feet. I'm not 6. I have a brother who's 6'3" and 280. So he was born. Yeah, he's 280, but he's not hard body. He's big body.
Hard body and big body up in here. I like that.
I told him he was born 24 inches, 11 pounds, and I was born.
Big boy.
Yeah, big boy. I was born 21 inches, 10 pounds.
That ain't small either, though.
Yeah, so so he basically grew. He was born 3 inches taller than me, but he never expanded on it. He didn't outgrow me, So when I was 18, I'm 6 feet tall. When he was 12, he's my younger brother. He was already 6 feet tall at 12 years old. I didn't hit 6 feet to 15 years old.
Crazy,
so I've been the same height since the age of 15.
That's awesome. I mean, you guys are all tall. You guys are big bodies, man. I'm 31. I'm still waiting for my growth spurt, bro.
Yeah, I got my growth spurt around at 12 years old. So I went from 5'6" to 5'9", and then I grew 1 inch every year to the age of 15. And my sister is 3 years older than me, right? So when her 15-year-old friends were messing with me, and I'm 12 years old, because I always been the ladies' man, So I told you, I had my first child at 17. All right. So my next question to you guys is, what made you start the YouTube channel? What made you guys get into the YouTube channel?
Yeah, man. So, like we said at the very beginning here, man, me and this guy, we've been training our entire lives. We truly feel like our experiences through just our training can help people, motivate people. And when the first quarantine hit, we've been talking about it for years. We're like, you know what? We should record some of our runs, record some of our workouts. We do this every single day. Why not spread the wealth? Why not spread the love and let's see how we can communicate with, what we can do, and how we can help people. We've trained people. We've been trained by the highest level of coaching around. And I just feel like we have so much to give to people. And through fitness, that's our avenue, right? That's one of our main avenues. Is if we're going to do it every single day, why not share it with people? Why not share our love, right?
Yeah, and it's like our hobby, right? Like it's something that we do, like you said, every day. Like you said, you went 2 years, you only took 5 days off. It's the same for us, man. Like a full day off with no working out, no physical activity. I don't think we've taken one off in years, man. Like we train almost every day, whether it's just a quick 20-minute session, a 2-hour session, whatever it is, we're at it every single day. And I was like, this is something we truly enjoy to do. We're passionate about it. Let's just record some of these. Let's get these out there. Exactly. Let's share a little bit of this. We're going to do it anyway. Might as well, share a bit. If we can share a bit of knowledge, and if we can motivate a few people to do something like this and to change their life and know how much it benefits them, like it benefits us, like everybody in this room right now, it's who we are. It's part of our identity, right? And if we can push somebody into that lifestyle, they get healthier. They live a higher quality of life. They're better to the people around them. I said, man, we should just start a channel, start something, right?
Yeah. And to add on to that a little bit more, like realistically, we train like physically. You train physically, but I'm sure you've got to the part now too, and so have we. It's not so much about the physical anymore as much as it is, but it's the mental. It's that mental edge that you get when you train every single day. And I don't recommend training every day for people that start off. But like he was saying, you don't got to train as hard as you can every day, but you're doing something every day to sharpen your mind. And that's what it's all about. It's a mindset for us now, right? Probably the same way you are. And that's why you train there. You get your confidence. You build your confidence. You treat people better. You treat yourself better when you're on this momentum train, right, with your training. And that's what I get from it, right? For me, I wake up early. I train hard every day. And boom, now I can get my day going. Now I can treat people the way I need to be they're going to be treated. And I treat myself good, And that's what it is for me. And if we can spread that with people, that's what it's all about.
All right, I'm gonna tell you guys why I started my channel. So, like I was never really a social media person, so that's why I'm very private. And to this day, you guys don't know my name; you just know me by Hardbody. So when I got on Instagram, because somebody that knew me from my 20s said, listen, man, you like to work out, you should make an Instagram and show your workouts. So that I created my Instagram like in 2016, 2015, around that time, right? And I wasn't really posting any workouts. I was just like posting family stuff. And then being on the internet, I start seeing all these high flyers that, these young guys dunking, jumping so high. And I said, man, I could do that. So, but mind you, I have a back injury. So I wanted to document my journey to getting back in physical shape. Cause I told you guys I was basically, decrepit.
Gotcha.
Cause I was bedridden for 4 years, And then, so I wanted to show me. I wanted to make some like dunking videos, basically. So when I first started my YouTube channel, it was just a basketball channel, and then when like I tell you guys, I'm very competitive. So the guys who I used to play against with, I used to always tell them, hey, subscribe. But because I'm over here taking their souls, they weren't subscribing. So I had 35 subscribers for the longest, and then when I transitioned to a fitness channel, I went from 35 subscribers to over 300, and that was only like in 8 months that I transitioned my channel from basketball to fitness. And also I wanted to my dad is 70 years old, and he only has one video of my grandmother, his mother, right? And it's on DVD. So I said, I said, this is another reason why I made the YouTube channel. I said, I want to record my family, like my father and mother, for I could have them forever in digital, like I could always click on YouTube and watch videos of my father and my mother while they're here. And then when they gone, my kids could watch them, and when I'm gone, my kids. So that was another reason why I decided to do the YouTube thing. So it was for basketball at first, then family, and then now it's just to document being fit, promoting fitness. Because my thing is, we all gonna we all gonna get older, but we don't have to turn old. That makes sense?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's cool to think though, with all these videos that you're posting with your kids, they're gonna look back on this and they're gonna be like, man, I was in that video. And you're gonna look back, you're gonna have a good laugh, you're gonna have a good time. That's what it's all about, right?
All right. So the last thing, because you know we at 30 minutes now. What future events do you guys got for the channel? Like any new surprises or anything coming up?
So we just got a couple new videos, some burpee videos. We're thinking about tackling the Royal Marines fitness tests. That's one thing we've been talking about.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna start doing a little bit more podcast style, more talks, and we're gonna link up with some people just like yourself, and we're gonna incorporate that because there's a wealth of knowledge that we need to express, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about yourself, man? What's the big plans? What's popping on your channel?
All right, so this is my big secret. I'm telling everybody. I'm planning to box in June on the channel. So I personally don't have any background in fighting. But because you know I've been in tons of street fights and I'm pretty blessed athletically and I got long reach, I think that I could do great protecting myself. So it's not going to be like a full contact. We're not going to be blasting each other, but we're going to hit each other and then we're going to let the viewers decide who won the match. And we're going to keep it amateur style. So it's just going to be 3 rounds of 3 minutes for points.
Nice. Headgear?
Nah, I don't know if he brings the headgear, because he's the one with the equipment and all that. So if he got headgear, I wear headgear.
Mouth guards for sure, though, right? You got to put.
Yeah, I got to give me a mouth guard.
What size gloves? 16, 14 ounce?
I think it's 16 to 12 ounce.
12 ounce, okay.
I like that. You got the reach, man.
I'm pretty hard, man. I can take a beating.
How big's the opponent? Like, who? Give us the stats on your opponent.
Well, I don't. He's by sizing him, he's a YouTuber, right? So he's a fighter though. So I don't want to like give it away who it is.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
But he's smaller than me. Like if I could size him up, I don't think he weighs 195 like me. So he's smaller than me, but he got height. So he's like 5'10", 6 feet. But just in case, you know, I want to do more fights. So I want to start off with him. And anybody who wants to box hard body, you're more than welcome. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna get down right now, man.
So I'll go as low as 165. So that's a guy that's 20 pounds lighter than me, and I'll go with a guy that's 20 pounds heavier than me. So 205. So for you guys won't think I'm bullying people out there. So I'll fight a guy that's 205 and a guy that's 165. For you, you know, if you want to get in the ring, let's do it.
So you're 185, 6 feet then, yeah?
Yeah. And when I was in my 20s, I wanted to be a big guy. So when I wanted to crack 200, but I never could do it. I got up to 199, 198, like solid muscles in my 20s. And then I didn't break 200 till I got over 30. And I finally got to, one time I was 204 solid. When I was that heavy, like guys weighing 240, 250 couldn't move me out the paint. Because you know the core strength, like I preach, it's all about core strength. And then when the biggest I ever got, and I was pretty much out of shape, I was 217. And so I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, man, I'm hard body. I can't be looking like this. And then I started getting in shape again. So that was like around the age of 33. Nice. And I started getting fit again. So I've been fit all my life. Just the time after I injured my back, I kind of like, you know, that first year of pulling my back over and over and over again, I kind of like ate over 8, didn't work out. So I got to 217 and then I was like, nah, I can't. And I started working out again.
Now you're a lean machine, man. 185, 6 feet. That's lean, man. That's hard body. That's hard body, man.
Yeah, so
hold on. Are you gonna put this fight on YouTube? Is it gonna be a live stream? Like what's going on? I'm gonna watch this fight. When is the fight? When's the date?
It's gonna be June. It's gonna be the first weekend in June. So I think like June 5th.
Oh, so it's coming up. Awesome. This is coming up. I'm getting my popcorn.
This is gonna be awesome.
Fight night. We're gonna play right here.
Yeah. So and then I always my dad growing up, my dad wanted me to box because he was a boxer. So he wanted me to box when I was a little kid. So I grew up watching Mike Tyson and Chavez. Like I love boxing,
Yeah,
like
man. Same with
watching it.
us.
So I learned from watching. Like I know what to do. And like I said, I've been in tons of street fights. And so I just wanted, like my girlfriend asked me recently, she said, "Oh, why?" Because I'll be teaching my son how to fight myself. So she was like, "Why?" She's like, why fighting is so important?" And I said it's very important because you got to know how to protect yourself. And then like I never was an internet guy, but ever since I got on YouTube and started watching, you see a lot of street fights, right? So guys, there's people out there who are savages who will bite your nose off or bite your lip off. So from watching that, I'm not letting somebody get 3 feet within. You get what I'm saying? I'm keeping you 3 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So like you know how teenagers they want to chest bump like hey. Like I'm not letting you get that close. If I feel threatened, it's on. You get what I'm trying to say? So I learned that just from watching. I seen guys get their lips bitten off, nose. So it's some real savages out there. And headbutts, where a guy headbutt you. So once I take a step back and I put that line on the sand, you cross it, it's on.
We're rooting for you guys. Hardbody, man. I can't wait to see you scrap. It's gonna be a good fight.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
I hope you get some rounds in too. Get your arms conditioned, right?
Yeah. So I got I was gonna add that I personally know a guy from back in the days when I was a gym rat. So he's a trainer. So I hit him up on Instagram and I said, "Listen, man, I want you to do an assessment on me, see how hard I hit, and so. So I'm gonna get like a few lessons here and there. See, get ready for this guy."
That's awesome, man.
I went to a boxing class one time, right? I'll go in there because like I'm very confident. So I'll go into the boxing gym. And so the guy tells me to do 40 push-ups. So I do 40 push-ups. He tells me you didn't do it right. Do 40 again. So I do another 40. And he tells me this like over 10 times. Like you doing it wrong. So I got upset and I left and I never went back. So that was my experience. To me, it was like a test. But I was a young man, I didn't know. And I just left and never came back. Because I did over 400 push-ups. And he kept telling me that I'm doing it. He didn't correct me. He just kept saying, "You're doing it wrong. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again." And I was like, "Man, F this," and I left.
Why do you think he was doing that?
I don't know. Reflecting, I think it was a test to see how bad I wanted to learn. So I guess I failed,
Just a weeding out process, right? Like if you're not serious of keep trying and trying until you can't even do one push-up, he's like, well, then you don't want to be here bad enough, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah. So I mean that it basically got to that point. Like I'm like, man, I can't do 40 no more. Like so it's like I left and never came back. But when I was in high school, the security guard, they used to call him RoboCop, right? Because he was jacked, 5'9", 220, so a really stocky guy. I used to meet him at 7 a.m. every morning to work out and lift weights. So I've been lifting weights since high school, And so adding to that, so this guy, he had me lifting all the machines. Everything was machine, like 400 pounds, 500 pounds on the lat pull down. So everything, he had me lift all the weights on my first day. And I told him I can't do this. But he was spotting me. He was helping me, right? Like when we was doing the back rows, he's bear hugging me, pulling it with me, right? So I showed up the very next day. And he said to me, "Nobody ever came back." So I passed the test. That time I passed the test. You get it? Because I wanted it that bad. As far as when I went to the boxing gym, I guess I didn't want it that bad. When you want something that bad, you nothing will break you, So I wanted to be strong for basketball. So that's why every morning I went at 7 a.m. to work out with him. So that's my story right there.
Awesome fight, man. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm trying to get a bigger YouTuber to record it for it could be alive and people could donate on the feed and all that. So
We'll
we're trying
donate,
to make it a
Team
pay-per-view
Hardbody,
fight.
man.
What happened?
No, we're Team Hardbody. I'll be donating to that. I want to see it.
We trying to make it, a pay-per-view fight. Yeah. So guys, it was a pleasure. We've been running for 40 minutes. Thanks for coming on. And
thank you for giving us the opportunity, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll upload it. I'm gonna upload once a week on Sundays. So the video will be up on Sunday.
Right on. Thank you. Let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, I'll go to your channel. You interview me, all right?
Absolutely, man.
All right, guys. Peace. Have a good night.
You too. Cheers, man.